Hey guys, we are back here for another video. Y'all, I'm standing back. I can stand back. I just like to be up that way, like, "Ooh," but I'm gonna stand back because I saw some of y'all comments, but I can stand back. Thank you for those comments, especially when you know how to say your comment in a nice way. I welcome feedback, but a lot of times I'm just doing that. So I'm a stand back so I'm not so close. I actually have a standing table. I have like a chair situation. I don't like it. So I have a table like I think I have it lifted up, but I have a standing table. But anyways, let's jump into this video, y'all. There has been some information that's been released on your boy Ray J, and it's not looking good for him. The word on the street is that he allegedly had something to do with Whitney Houston passing away. Now, he ain't been convicted of nothing. This is all alleged, but y'all, the streets have been saying this for some time. And I've gotten some of y'all messages like, look into Whitney Houston and all of that. But baby, somebody done said Ray J told them some stuff about other deaths. And also, they're saying that they have specific information with regards to his involvement in Whitney Houston's death, y'all. Let's get into it.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Now, I don't know about y'all, but I love me some Whitney Houston, okay? I love Whitney Houston, but I can never forget, Whitney Houston, when she passed away, one of the things that stuck in my mind was this.
911 emergency. Hi, how you doing? This is security from Beverly Hilton. Hi, what's going on? I need a paramedic. Apparently, I got a 46-year-old female found in the bathrooms. That's all I've got right now, but they're requesting paramedics.
Oh, okay. Female fell in the bathroom. What room is she in?
I'm not sure she fell or she was in the bathroom with the water. 434. I'm sorry.
That's room 434?
Yes.
Okay. And there's not east, west, or anything else? There's room 434?
Yeah.
Okay. And you don't know if she's conscious of breathing at all?
Apparently, she wasn't breathing, and she's 46-year-old.
She was not breathing?
Yes.
Okay, but she is breathing now?
I don't know.
Okay.
The person that called me was irate and didn't get much out of her.
Okay.
I've got security going there now.
Okay, well, send police and fire over there with a person not breathing. Did it sound like the person was still not breathing?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, we'll get them there for not breathing. Is there any way you can get me to the room so I can try to do CPR?
Yeah, we're going there now.
Can you get me into the room so I can try to get CPR instructions?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, because she kept hanging up on us.
Kept hanging up on you?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. We're getting our units over there, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, bye.
Okay, guys. So what you're listening to obviously is that 911 call where, somebody had called 911. And as the guy was saying is, he was saying whoever called, they were panicking. They obviously kept hanging up. So it's a real traumatic situation. But I don't know about y'all, but I had been reading stuff and it was seeming real creepy. And it was really pointing at Ray J. Now, I don't know if he did it or not. I'm just simply saying that a lot of stuff wasn't adding up. And I'm just painting a picture now because now somebody else is coming out pointing the finger at Ray J. And this is somebody that you would listen to, because this would not be someone that would just make up some stuff. So there's a lot of stuff that's coming out with regards to Ray J and possibly how he played a part in Whitney Houston's death. And we must not forget when we saw him running away from Whitney's hotel. And for me, y'all, that was just a little odd that he was just running away like that. I didn't get that because, I mean, we know Whitney died, but what was he running for? Like, what was that all about? Was he trying to hide? I mean, just maybe he thought that nobody had that picture or nobody was recording, but obviously he saw them, excuse me, recording because he covered his face up. But there's been so many rumors just swirling about what happened to Whitney, and so much too, what was his actual involvement? Like, Whitney Houston, a mega superstar who lost her life, and people feel like Ray J had some kind of involvement in that. You know, how was Ray J, you know, what role did he play? And, you know, rumors are rumors, but if y'all anything like me, I always feel like there are lies, flat out lies, and then there's those ones that there are rumors, but it's some truth to it. And why are people are seemingly kind of saying the same thing about Ray J?
Miss Houston's body was pulled from the bathtub.
She was found face down in a water-filled bathtub with drugs nearby. So what happened to that now infamous hotel room here at the Beverly Hilton? Whitney Houston was an icon with such a huge following. You'd think that room might become a magnet for tourists, but the hotel made sure that didn't happen.
This one is where she actually died in. Notice they took the number off the door.
In this YouTube video,
So guys, that was, you know, the 911 call. Then I showed you the video that actually shows the room that Whitney Houston died in. I kind of cut it off because then they were going to go into another celebrity. But again, we have a lot of celebrities that are saying, well, that have said that Ray J kind of has something to do with this. But I'm going to get to my final person who is like the big boom that's coming out to say, Ray J, don't keep running your mouth unless you want me to run my mouth about what I know about what you did. But there was another one that I stumbled upon, and I believe I saw this one. And this is, I don't even remember who this celebrity is, but I know he is on YouTube. I could not remember this man's name, but he has some interesting, you know, things to say about Ray J as well. And we're going to get into what he had to say, okay? He had something to say with regards to Ray J and Whitney.
They send Ray J out here allegedly doing damage control and or doing harm
to keep the spotlight on Puff.
Yeah.
There was a conspiracy about the passing of Whitney Houston and how she went away. Some people think that the people behind her were part of that to get her publishing and XYZ. Where are your thoughts around that particular conspiracy around Whitney Houston?
Well, that goes back to Ray J. You know, allegedly, I believe that might be part of the reason why he going after Diddy is protecting Clive Davis. Clive Davis might allegedly be puppeteering Ray J as he
Even
did.
at this age, though, Clive Davis? Or is it just...
Yeah, because you got to remember, Diddy is under Clive Davis.
Right, he was the one that put Diddy on.
Right, so, well, not technically put him on, but, you know
what I mean? He gave him the money to start Bad Boy.
Yeah, Bad Boy. So, he's allegedly liable in some cases if they talk about the financing of Bad Boy Records and it being a criminal enterprise.
Right.
Then he would be the financee, right? Right?
Right, he would be lumped in that as well.
So before everybody start looking at him, you know, saying they send Ray J out here allegedly doing damage control, and or doing harm.
To keep the spotlight on Puff.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So now with the Whitney Houston thing, I believe allegedly Ray J had something to do with Whitney Houston, and whether he gave her the bad package, you know, him being there in the last moments of her death, her being abused, you know, me seeing him with Clive Davis the night before Whitney died, which was weird to me because he didn't have no relationship with Clive Davis like that back then, to be hanging with Clive Davis at a Grammy rehearsal, and then the next day Whitney got killed. I'll never forget that. I remember Clive Davis wearing that red tie, which is supposed to be symbolic to blood. But I remember him and Ray J sitting at that rehearsal, and the next day Whitney was dead. And it has always been rumored, allegedly, that Ray J gave her the drugs because he was allegedly getting high with her.
Now, Ray J has denied that he had a relationship with Whitney. He tweeted this and said,
"Man, get the fuck out of here."
This is what he tweeted.
I don't care to hear that.
I'm
That's
sick and I'm not in a relationship with Whitney. She's a great friend of mine. I had dinner with her in Atlanta the other day. That's all. Damn. He tweeted this out a few years ago.
That's a lie, bro.
So what are you guys' thoughts on Whitney Houston's death? Now, my final video, which is pretty much going to bring it home, is the reason that I decided to actually do this video, because Suge Knight, now if you guys are familiar with Suge Knight was the creator of Death Row Records. And if you guys are familiar with that, you know that Suge Knight and Diddy, Puffy, you know, they kind of like bump heads, and they had this, you know, Death Row, you know, with Death Row, which was Suge Knight's label against Biggie's label. So back then, I mean, I must have been, I ain't even tell y'all my age, but anywho, I was still grown back then. You know, they had this Death Row stuff back and forth. But anywho, you guys know that, you know, Tupac ended up dying, Biggie ended up dying. But we're talking about Whitney Houston. But what you'll learn in Suge Knight's call, because if you guys, you know anything about Suge Knight, you know he's in prison. He's been there for some time. He speaks on Ray J, and Ray J is just unraveling these days. It seems like he's falling out with everyone. And now he's falling out with Suge Knight. And Suge Knight does not like, you know, some of the things that Ray J is saying. And he is warning him to shut up and to stop speaking on certain things, unless, of course, you know, he wants Suge Knight to speak on what allegedly happened to Whitney Houston. So we're going to get into that one because that's a biggie. And this is coming to you guys from Art of the Dialogue. So this is being shared. So I'm going to give, you know, him his credit. This is from Art of the Dialogue. We're just going to listen to it. And then I, you know, may have to stop it occasionally because this is his content, Art of the Dialogue. So because I'm, you know, sharing it, you know, it does permit me, you know, to stop it and kind of give some commentary on it. But what you guys are going to hear is you're actually going to hear Suge Knight call into the Art of Dialogue. And this is where Ray J is being implicated in Whitney Houston's death.
Ray J, I don't want to be the one to push you over the edge and make you commit suicide or something. I'd be lying if I say your life don't mean nothing to me, because it do. Been knowing you since you was a little bitty boy. But Ray J, You was born in 81. You said Tupac came to your 21st birthday. How is that if you born in 81 and your 21st birthday had to be around 2002 or somewhere along those lines? Pac passed away and went to heaven in 96. Where are you going with this? Another thing, Ray J. You posted a thing up there when you came to visit me in prison and they didn't let you in because whatever y'all was doing in the car, and to do a book deal. All the phone calls recorded. Just a book deal. That's all you wanted to do. So I agreed to do that. The lawyer left out with the paperwork. I'm quite sure the paperwork you posted. At the same time, you and another gentleman were doing some activities in the car. That's why you weren't allowed to come in. Because he came to talk to me, he was going to go back and get you, and they said, yeah, I was on some weirdo shit. And I ain't going to put that out there, but you know what it is, and you know what they said it is. But at the same time, I got the proof to show you. Time they got out of jail, because that was a whole nother lie you lied on everybody about, you signed it right back over. But you go on these shows, and you go on these live things, and you try to interfere with my family got going on. But I'm going to show you how grown people do it. The lawyer going to sue you for $200 million for lying. Also, Lil Ray, you need prayer, little homie. Everybody should be praying for you. They should double down and make sure you do like mandatory drug testing every day. Because nothing only stay in your system for, I guess, 2 days.
And I just want to jump in there. He said that, you know, Ray J needs to be drug tested. Now, if you guys have been following me and watching any of my videos, when I talk about Ray J, something is definitely off with him. And it seems like he is definitely on the old drugs.
Every day. That princess took the wheel. That'll drive you back to safety. You got a gangster in that bitch. Also, for everybody to speak on Left Eye and Tupac, who's definitely not here to defend themselves and be their voice. Left Eye is the homegirl, Lisa, Nina, as we call her. Really close to me. Really a great person. Everybody talking about death row situations, Left Eye situations. These are things that people talk about that never been in their presence. I've never met them. I was not there. You ran across a few things, Ray J, because the motherfucker treated you with respect and bring you around. It's not for no clown shit. I'm starting to wonder now. Same circus, different clowns. It's not too late. People should do stories about their own life, not my life. I'm quite sure it's some interesting things that you guys can put together and tell your story. It's for me to tell my motherfucking story. When it comes to the part where you talk about Left Eye had a problem with it, if he died because of me, that's a lie. But let's talk about some facts. Whitney Houston, it's on your hands.
Whitney Houston is on Ray J's hands. Y'all heard it.
I remember the conversation when she thought her life was in the toilet. She didn't even say your name. She just used the term that Brandy's little brother bringing me drugs and doing drugs with me. Brandy's little brother trying to kiss me and do drugs with me. Next thing you know, she's dead. You brag about all these phone calls recorded. You brag about how Snoop tell you and told you he's a part of the people who put bread to kill Pac. That's why I say don't mention Tupac's name.
Now, I just want to jump in there. You know, if you guys heard, he mentioned Snoop. Now, people have been saying for years that Ray J and Snoop are cousins. I never looked it up or never even, did any research on it, but that's what everybody say. So what, Suge is also saying is, you also told me that Snoop had his hand in Tupac, in Tupac's demise. And he said, look, when I, recited that to you after you had, previously told me, I told you that I was saying it on the phone in the calls I recorded. So Suge is upset at Ray J because of Ray J's clown behavior and some of the things he's saying. And he is going to go on to say that I didn't really feel comfortable with you anyway because of your connections to Diddy, and then Snoop is your cousin. But despite what I thought, you seemed okay. But he's like, now you getting out of line.
In none of your interviews, because you fuck with the motherfucker Snoop, who said he had something to do with it. So Snoop was involved in killing hip-hop best all-time artist. You was involved in killing the best female vocalist that ever did it, Whitney Houston. So to get your ratings to go up for Love and Hip Hop, wherever the fuck that is, or wherever you guys got to do to be relevant, talk about that. That alone speaking volumes. And I wish for all y'all's success. I have nothing negative or bad to say about nobody I know. But I will tell the truth. I want the world to understand that everybody who's using these platforms, podcasts, it's a lot of great ones. But we don't have to put nobody down to be somebody. So I'm saying this one time and one time only. I wish all the people in society do well. It's rough out there in the streets. You got some motherfuckers with guns and no bullets. Some people with bullets and no gun. It's bad. But once again, I pray for the best. I do prepare for the worst. I want all success to the people we all know, that we all look like each other. Tell your story. It's up to me to tell mine. So the people I got love for, God bless you. Once again, you can get rich with the devil's money, but you can only be happy with God's money.
And guys, that's pretty much, Suge Knight's call to, the art of the dialogue. And again, I feel like Suge Knight is pretty much sick of Ray J and him just running his mouth. And he like, look, I don't like you speaking on Tupac. And he stated the reason that he did not want Ray J speaking on Tupac, he said simply because Ray J is lying. Tupac didn't come to your party. And he kind of broke it down because you would have been this age. Tupac was already, gone. And he did not like the fact, that Ray J was speaking on Tupac when Ray J had previously told him what Snoop had already said. So he was irritated at the fact that Ray J was doing interviews using Tupac's name. He like, man, don't even say his name because you are close to somebody that is saying that they were involved in his demise. So, I mean, it's crazy. It's really crazy. But I kind of wanted to talk about this because people have been saying forever that he was involved. And what I did learn too is I saved that video of him running out of Whitney Houston's hotel, but I realized that when I went back to look for it, because I actually had it embedded in another video, I couldn't find it. So I actually had to go to TikTok because I didn't want to dig that far. But this is sad that this had to happen to Whitney Houston. And I don't know if you guys ever got the opportunity to watch Whitney's funeral, but if you did, you would have noticed that Ray J was actually in the audience, but this is what he was doing that kind of looked crazy, because as Whitney Houston's casket came by, and I'm trying to show it, but I gotta mute it because of the music. You're gonna notice him crying. Like I'm gonna play it, but I gotta mute the music. So I have to mute it, y'all, because of the music. But if you guys recall, and you can see this is at Whitney Houston's funeral. You obviously see the casket. It looked to be a beautiful funeral, but you'll see Ray J come up on the side, and you'll see him just put his hand on the casket as if, and then I guess they said that he kind of like fell out or whatever happened, but something ain't right. Like, we don't know, he didn't get arrested or anything, but people have been saying for some time that Ray J was involved. And there he is right there. You see him put his hands on a casket. This is not your relative. You've done interviews to say that y'all was not together, but it's something, it just appears that something wrong happened to Whitney Houston. And people have been saying for some time that Ray J was involved, like he had some involvement. Did Ray J work with Clive Davis? Because his name has also been mentioned to actually take Whitney out of here. What was Ray J's involvement, and why are people saying these things? Like I have always stated, people can lie and make up stuff, but it's the consistency of what we continually see. And we can take those bits and pieces and be like, okay, well, why is a lot of people saying that Ray J had to have some involvement in Whitney Houston's demise? Like, why are people saying that? And now Suge Knight has never, I couldn't find anything where he has ever mentioned this, but people get upset when you keep bringing their name up and their friends and their loved ones into shit that they don't want to be a part of. And they, a lot of times feel like you were a friend, but then people will start feeling like you ain't my damn friend if you're out here doing these things to me. And while you're at it doing that, how about this that you did? And I know you did it because you told me you did it. So that's just something to think about. I wanted to, bring this, up and kind of talk about it, because this interview, I think it was released a day or something ago. So y'all let me know what y'all think, and I'll see y'all later. And also, if you guys have not followed me on Snapchat, go on over there and follow me on Snapchat. Other than that, I will see you guys in the